Welcome to the Bee's Tales. You know what? Exams just got over, isn't it? And exams are very tiring. I have never been very fond of exams, to be honest. But then, I guess we shouldn't be complaining too much. At least we are safe and we are at home and we are able to play and we are able to study. So many others are not able to do even that, isn't it? We are quite lucky that way. Now, today's story is about somebody who doesn't realize how lucky he is. He keeps complaining. Let's see what it is all about. The story is called Winston Was Worried. That is Winston. It has been written by Pamela Duncan Edwards and has been illustrated by Benji Davis. The book has been published by Macmillan Books. Winston was worried. Winston had a splinter in his paw. What is a splinter? A splinter is a small, tiny piece of wood, and that sometimes gets into your skin, and when it does, it hurts a lot. And it's very irritating, and if it stays in your skin, it could get infected. So what do mamas do usually? They take the splinter out quickly so that you don't have pain and you don't get infected. Now Winston has a splinter in his paw. "Oh no!" wailed Winston. "I have a splinter in my paw. I'm so unfortunate. Everything always happens to me." He's feeling very sad and sorry for himself. And then Winston meets his friend Angus. "Hi, Winston," barked Angus. "Want to bite some bicycle tires?" "I can't," said Winston. "I have to see the vet. I have a splinter in my paw." "Gosh, is that a big splinter?" asked Angus, because Winston is looking so sad and depressed. "It is a big splinter," says Winston proudly. But while they are talking, they were walking towards the garbage dump. And there is a crane that has a magnet on it. So anything that is magnetic would get attracted. Now, did you take a careful look at Angus? He has a collar with magnets on it. If he goes near the other magnet, it will pull him up, isn't it? But they are unaware. They are talking to each other. And Winston is telling him all his problems. "Yeah, it's a very big, great, big splinter. And there is nothing as unfortunate as having a splinter." He didn't even realize that Angus has been pulled away. And Angus is saying, "Help me!" But Winston is not bothered. He's only concerned about his splinter. And he's crying to himself, "I'm so unfortunate. Everything always happens to me." Meanwhile, somebody has been picked up and thrown into the garbage dump. But who cares? I have a splinter in my paw. And then he meets Rex. And Rex is a tall dog. He comes and says, "Hey, Winston, how about sniffing around the dustbins?" Now, stray dogs love sniffing around dustbins, isn't it? So he says, "How about sniffing around the dustbins?" And Winston says, "I can't. I need to see the vet. I have a splinter in my paw." "Ooh, is that a big splinter?" asked Rex. "It is. It is a great, big, huge splinter." But Rex has seen a lot of splinters. He is not bothered. He went straight into the dustbin. Did you see that? He's sitting inside the dustbin. And Winston doesn't know what is happening. He's still complaining about his splinter. There is nothing as bad as having a splinter in your paw. I am so unfortunate. Everything always happens to me. Meanwhile, the garbage collectors have come and they have taken Rex away inside the garbage can. But did Winston know? No, he is just in his own world complaining about his little splinter. And then he meets his friend Bert. Winston, barked Bert, I have found a new flower bed. Let's dig. I can't, said Winston. I need to see the vet. I have a splinter in my paw. Yikes, said Bert. Is it a big splinter? It is. It is a big, huge, enormous splinter. But by that time, Bert is gone because Bert is also lost in his own world. Meanwhile, while Bert is digging in the flower beds, somebody who was busy with the flowers, that is a bee, has seen him. And the bee is angry. We are trying to get some food here and you are trying to ruin that. So the bee runs away and calls her friends. And then they have marked a spot on Bert's bum. They have spotted their target. And then what happens? What do you think happened? The bee went and told in the hive about Bert, and the entire lot has come running out and they are all hitting him on his target. Oh my God, Bert must be in such a lot of pain. But does Winston know? No, he is lost in his own world. And he is saying to himself, there's nothing as bad as having a splinter in my paw. I'm so unfortunate. Everything always happens to me. Now, there is another person who has come by, and that person is Sophie. Hello, Winston, barked Sophie. Shall we go and chase some cats? So Sophie is very sophisticated and she's very nicely asking him, can we go and chase some cats? But Winston says, no, I can't. I need to go and see the vet. I have a splinter in my paw. Golly, says Sophie, is it a big splinter? But by that time, Sophie has spotted the cat and Sophie has run away after the cat. But Winston doesn't know that because he is looking at his splinter and he says, yes, it is a big splinter. And Sophie is running behind the cat, who is very clever and has run into the zoo, into the lion's den, and Sophie is standing outside the lion's den and very, very scared. And she's walking backwards to, did you see that? Where is she walking backwards to? The crocodile pit. Oh my God. Now what do you think happened? You're right. She is getting bitten by all the crocodiles there. But does Winston know? No. What do you think he's saying? Yes, he's saying, there's nothing as bad as having a splinter in your paw. I'm so unfortunate. Everything always happens to me. Now, he's being a complaint box and he's sitting there, and then suddenly he licks his paw and something feels different. Where is my splinter? Cries Winston. It has disappeared! Yay! Winston gave his paw a big wet lick. And then... Oh no! Yelped Winston. I need to see the vet. Now I have got a wobbly loose tooth. There is nothing as bad as having a wobbly loose tooth. I am so unfortunate. Everything always happens to me. And finally Winston has reached the vet. But when he gets there, what does he see? All his friends are sitting at the vet. They are all in different forms of damage. But are they complaining? No. Who is complaining? Winston. And what is his big problem? His tooth is a little wobbly. There you have Sophie, who doesn't have half of her fur. You have Angus, who has a broken head and a broken leg. You have Bert, who has bruises all over from where the bees have stung him. You have Rex, who doesn't have any place to be seen because he's all bandaged. And they're all sitting there without complaints. But who is complaining? Winston is complaining. Now we shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't be complaining about each and every small thing that happens to us, isn't it? Yes. I hope that you have all been good children and you have not been complaining about your exams like I have. Now till we meet again, make sure that you like, share and subscribe to this channel. Bye-bye.